Hey there, in today's video we're going over the 2022-2023 TMSCA General Math Test number 9. Let's do it. Alright, number 21. If you roll a pair of dice, what is the probability of rolling a sum of 3, 5, or 11 in ratio form? Alright, so there's two things you need to know about this problem. First, when rolling a pair of dice, the total amount of combinations you can get when getting the sum of the two dice is 36. And there's a predetermined number of combinations for each sum that you can get from the two dice. So the sums are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. These are the 11 different sums you can get from rolling a pair of dice. The reason there is no 1 is because when you have two dice, you can't have the number 1. Alright, now let's see. What is the amount of combinations for each of these numbers? For 2, it's just 1. For 3, it's 2. For 4, it's 3. For 5, it's 4. For 6, it's 5. For 7, it's 6. And then it goes back down now. So then 8 becomes 5. 9 becomes 4. 10 becomes 3. 11 becomes 2. And 12 becomes 1. Alright, so in this problem, they're asking what is the probability of rolling a sum of 3, 5, or 11. So we can circle those numbers. So 3 has 2 combinations. 5 has 4 combinations. And 11 has 2 combinations. Alright, so we can just add up the amount of combinations, which is 2 plus 4 plus 2, which is 8. Alright, so that means 8 out of 36 sums, or combinations that create sums, come from 3, 5, and 11. So now we just need to simplify this and put it into ratio form. You can divide both sides by 4 to make this 2 by 9, and then put it by ratio form by simply saying 2, then this colon, and then 9, and that's your answer. Next, simplify 1/2 of 8n minus 12 plus 2/3 of 9n minus 15 plus 6 minus negative 2n. Alright, so we can split this entire equation up into 3 parts. First, 1/2 of 8n minus 12. Next, 2/3 of 9n minus 15. And finally, 6 minus negative 2n. Alright, so first, 1/2 of 8n is 4n, and 1/2 of negative 12 is negative 6. Alright, so when you distribute the 1/2 into this parentheses, you get 4n minus 6. Next, 2/3 of 9n is just 6n, and 2/3 of 15 is just 10, but it's a negative 15, so 2/3 of negative 15 is negative 10. Next, 6 minus negative 2n. That's the same thing as 6 plus 2n because the negatives cancel out. Alright, now all we have to do is add these 3 up together. Alright, so 4n minus 6 plus 6n minus 10 plus 6 plus 2n. So let's combine the n's first. 4n plus 6n plus 2n is 12n, and negative 6 minus 10 plus 6 is just negative 10. So we're left with 12n minus 10, and that's your answer. Next, given the set of numbers 12, 19, 21, 36, and 12, A is equal to the mode, B is equal to the median, C is equal to the mean, and D is equal to the range. What is the value of D plus C minus B minus A? Alright, so let's first find out what A is. A is the mode. And the mode is just the term that repeats the most amount of times. So in this set, 12 repeats twice, which is more than any other number. So 12 is our mode. Next, B. B is the median. The median is just the middle term in the set of data when organized from least to greatest. So let's organize the set of data from least to greatest. That's 12, 12, 19, 21, 36. So the middle number is 19, which means B is 19. Next, C. C is the mean. So the mean is just the average. The way we find average is we add up all these numbers and then divide it by the amount of numbers. So in this case, there's 5 numbers. Alright, so let's add them up. 12 plus 12 is 24. 24 plus 19 is 43. 43 plus 21 is 64. 64 plus 36 is 100. And since there's 5 terms, we just do 100 divided by 5, which equals 20. Alright, so C is 20. Finally, we have to find the range, which is D. So D is equal to the range. The range is just the difference between the greatest number and the least number. So in this case, 12 is the lowest number and 36 is the highest number. So 36 minus 12 is equal to 24. Alright, now we know what our A, B, C, and D values are, and now we can solve the equation. So if we substitute the values of A, B, C, D into the equation, D plus C minus B minus A, we get 24 plus 20 minus 19 minus 12. Alright, 24 plus 20 is 44. 44 minus 19 is 25. 25 minus 12 is 13, and that's your answer. Next, calculate the percent of increase when the quantity 12 increases to 24. Alright, the way we calculate percent of increase is we take the original number, which is 12, and subtract it from the new number, which is 84. So 84 minus 12. That gets us 72. Next, we take the result we get, which is 72, and divide it by the original number. So 72 divided by 12 is equal to 6. Alright, now we just have to turn this into percent. So we know that 1 is equal to 100%, which means 6 is equal to 600%. And that's your answer. Next, if 3 zebras are equal to 7 lions and 4 lions are equal to 9 rhinos, how many rhinos are equal to 12 zebras? Alright, let's break this down. 3 zebras, so let's say 0 is Z, is equal to 7 lions. So let's say lions are L. Next, 4 lions, so 4L, is equal to 9 rhinos. So 9 R for rhinos. Now they're saying how many rhinos, so we don't know how much, are equal to 12 zebras. Alright, so we can solve this pretty easily. So we know that 3 zebras is equal to 7 lions, which means 12 zebras has to be equal to 7 times 4 lions, because 3 times 4 is 12, so 7 times 4 lions is equal to 12 zebras. So 7 times 4 is 28, which means 12 zebras is equal to 28 lions. Alright, now if 28 lions are equal to 3... Alright, now if 4 lions are equal to 9 rhinos, and 28 lions is equal to 12 zebras, that means if we multiply the second equation by 7, we'll get how much rhinos is equal to 12 zebras. So that means 7 times 9 rhinos, which is 63 rhinos. So that means 63 rhinos are equal to 12 zebras, because if 63 rhinos is equal to 28 lions, and 28 lions is equal to 12 zebras, then 63 rhinos is equal to 12 zebras. And that's your answer. Next, the set 4, 6, 8, 10 has how many improper subsets? Alright, this might seem like a very, very hard problem, but it's actually very simple. An improper subset is just the entire set itself. So that means you can only have one improper subset in a set, and that's your answer. Next, 102 base 5 equals what base 4? Alright, so I actually have a full video on this, just on base problems, but let's continue with this problem. That video will be pinned in the pinned card at the top. Alright, so 102 base 5 equals what base 4? We can first do this in breaking down the problem. So 102 base 5 equals blank base 4. We can change this problem to 102 base 5 is equal to blank base 10, and then we take this and say what is that equal to in base 4. Alright, so let's convert 102 base 5 to base 10. So we can first break up the digits into 1, 0, and 2. Now we multiply the ones, tens, and hundreds place by the powers of 5. So the ones place will be multiplied by 5 power 0, 10s by 5 power 1, and 100s by 5 power 2. Alright, so 2 times 5 power 0. Any number to the power of 0 is just 1, so that's just 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is just 2, so they get 2. Next, 0 times any number automatically 0, so we cancel that out. And then 1 times 5 squared, or 5 to the power of 2. 5 to the power of 2 is 25, so 1 times 25 is just 25. Now we're left with 25 and 2. We can add these up to get 27. So 102 base 5 is equal to 27 base 10. Now we need to convert 27 base 10 into base 4. Alright, the way we do that is we first write our number, 27, and then we list our powers of 4. So 1, 4, 16, 64. But wait, 64 is bigger than this number, 27, so we don't need it. So we only take the powers of 4 that are smaller than the number we got in base 10. Alright, now let's start with 16. What we want to do is we want to see how much times 16 goes into 27. 16 only goes in once because 16 says 1 is 16. So we can subtract 16 from 27 to get 11 and write a 1 here. Next, how much times does 4 go into 11? 4 goes into 11 2 times because 4 times 8 is... Next, how many times does 4 go into 11? Alright, 4 goes into 11 2 times because 4 times 2 is 8. So we can write a 2 here and subtract 8. And we're left with 3. Alright, now how many times does 1 go into 3? 3 times because 1 times 3 is 3. So we can write a 3 here and we're left with 123 or 123. And that's your answer. Next, angle A and angle B are complementary angles, and angle C and angle D are complementary angles. If the measure of angle D is equal to 63 degrees, and the measure of angle A plus angle D are equal to 101 degrees, what is the measure of angle B? Alright, so this is actually very simple. First, we need to know what a complementary angle is. I actually have a full video just on complementary and supplementary angles, which will be pinned in the pin card at the top. But let's continue with this problem. So, we're looking for the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle D is equal to 101 degrees. And we know that angle A and angle B and angle C and angle D, both of these groups of angles are complementary, meaning when they're added together, they add up to 90 degrees. That means angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degrees. And angle C plus angle D is equal to 90 degrees. Alright, now let's go back to this equation right here. The measure of angle A plus the measure of angle D is equal to 101. We know what the measure of angle D is. The measure of angle D is 63 degrees. That means we can say that the measure of angle A plus 63 degrees is equal to 101 degrees. Now we just want to find what the measure of angle A is by itself. So we can subtract 63 degrees from both sides. So minus 63 and minus 63. Alright, so 101 minus 63 is 38 degrees. That means angle A, or the measure of angle A, is equal to 38 degrees. Alright, now we know what the measure of angle A is, so we can substitute it into this equation right here. Alright, so the measure of angle A is equal to 101 degrees minus 63 degrees, which is just 38 degrees. Alright, now that we know what A is, we can substitute it into this equation. Angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degrees. That means 38 plus angle B is equal to 90 degrees. Alright, so we can subtract 38 from both sides to get rid of the 38 and get B by itself, because that's what we're looking for. Alright, so the 38 minus 38 cancels out, so now we're just left with angle B is equal to 90 minus 38 degrees. 90 minus 38 is just 52 degrees, which means angle B is equal to 52 degrees, and that's your answer. Next, 154 seconds is equal to blank miles per hour. Alright, so there's a simple conversion you need to know. 22 feet per second is equal to 15 miles per hour. Alright, using this, we can solve this problem pretty easily. So, first, we need to divide 154 by 22 to figure out how much they've multiplied the feet per second by. So 154 divided by 22 is 7. That means we can just multiply the 7 times 15 to figure out how much miles per hour 154 feet per second is. 7 times 15 is just 105, and that's your answer. Next, two cubes have edge lengths of 6 centimeters and 10 centimeters. What is the ratio of the surface area of the smaller cube to the surface area of the larger cube? Alright, so they've said that two cubes have edge lengths of 6 centimeters and 10 centimeters. So let's draw out those cubes really quickly. Alright, so these are our two cubes. So this one has an edge length of 6 centimeters, and this one has an edge length of 10 centimeters. So they're asking us to find the ratio of the surface area of the smaller cube to the surface area of the larger cube. The very easy way to find the surface area on a cube is just to find the area of one side and multiply it by 6, because a cube has 6 sides. Alright, the area of one side is just the number of the edge length, which is 6 or 10, squared, because it's a square face, so each side will be the same length. So 6 times 6, or 6 squared, is 36, and that times the 6 faces is 216. Alright, so that is the surface area of the smaller cube. Next, 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 6 is 600. So that is the surface area of the larger cube. So we can now represent this as a fraction of 216 divided by 600. However, we need to simplify this. So we can keep simplifying this by 2 until we get all the way down to 9 divided by 25. And that's your answer. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to show your support. These videos take a lot of effort to make, and I would really appreciate it.